negotiate the best deal. I want to share the story. How exactly did I buy a 400 million naira property with just 10 million deposits? Now, the first thing is you find properties that have been in the market for a long time. One of the reasons why I currently develop on the mainland is I noticed that because of very few people are there, you're able to get better deals because the people trying to buy are not as plenty, especially developers. So as a developer, you go where developers are not too plenty. That way the market will favor you as a developer. So basically, you have to understand how the law of supply and demand works. So when you go to places where there are a lot of developers, there are a lot of people that want to buy big property, you see that you will not get as much good deal as when you go to a place where the people that want to buy are not as much. So that's the number one thing you have to do, find the right deal at the right location. So you go where the demand favors the kind of investor that you are. And if you want to invest generally, one of the things you need to look out for is when everybody is rushing it, that's not a good time to buy. That's not a good time to buy. You buy when nobody is talking about it, when it has not become popular. If you invest in things like stock market now, they always say it is a stock that when the news makes it, when it makes it to the news, it's already too late. The people that make the most money, they bought before it got to the news. They bought by just watching the market and seeing what's going on, and they figured out, oh, this thing is rising. Before every other person noticed that that thing is rising, they had bought. So it's the same strategy with real estate. So for this particular property, one thing I noticed is in that area, the property price at 400 million had been in the market for like 2 years, 3 years. Because the price is 400 million, it was a lot harder for the owner to sell it. 400 million, the person, if plenty people have come, how many people have 400 million? How many people have 400 million? So when we approached the owner at 400 million, I said, hey, what's up? Oh? Your property has been here for 3 years. You've not sold it. How about we deposit and give us this payment plan? Now, one of the things we do when we do this negotiation is we do not, we pay the full price. We don't negotiate. We don't negotiate. So we say, this your property has been here for a long time. If we give you 10 million, can you give us a year to finish paying for this property? Since you've been with us for this long. The story we always tell them is we have investors we want to go and talk to. So most times we do, sometimes we just use our money. Many times we actually do have investors to say, okay, sign over the land to us, we'll deposit 10 million, we'll do a contract of sale, and you give us a year to pay. Normally, they would not want to do a payment plan on that land. But because of one, we're buying it at the price they put in the market, we're not negotiating. And two, the property has been there for a long time. It's a lot easier for them to take the deal because they look at it, I've already waited 3 years. What is another 1 year? And that 1 year is not that we'll wait till the end of 1 year to pay. We'll say, okay, after 3 months, we'll pay this amount. After another 3 months, we'll pay this amount, maybe every 3 months. So people might not agree for 1 year. This particular property, I think we eventually did 9 months. We eventually did 9 months with the owner. Say, okay, give us 9 months. And in 9 months, we finish paying for the property. In fact, we pay for the property long before 9 months. So you have to find the right deal that fits your type of investor. So if you want to buy like a 50 million naira property, go and look at that and say, okay, why would the other person collect this offer? Because you have to bring offers that the other person is also a good deal for the other person. There's no trick. What you are looking for is what kind of offer will pay me and also pay the other person. Because both of you must win. It has to be a win-win situation. So you're not trying to cheat anybody, you're not trying to hurt deals. You're trying to make sure that you win and the other person win. And for this particular deal, it was a win for the other because eventually in 9 months, he got his money, everything was good. Property that has been there for 3 years, now he has sold it within 9 months. And he got full price because he agreed to a payment plan with us instead of waiting for one person to come and drop 400 million. Now, how do you translate this into other deals? Maybe you are not buying, maybe you are not buying a property of 400 million. You want to buy a property of 50. You want to buy a property of 60 million. You want to buy a property of 70 million. I have one client of mine. Is a close investor. He has over 11 units with us, and one of the things he does is almost all his units he got very big discounts on them, very big discounts, and there are simple strategies he use to get those discounts. And I'm going to be explaining some of the simple ways you can get huge discounts or very good payment plan on properties. The first one is you have to build relationship with who you are buying from. So work with the same people. Work with the same people. So don't be the kind of investor that today you are buying here, next month you are buying there. You are buying from developer A today, you are buying from developer B today, tomorrow you are buying from developer C. At the end of the day, you don't build enough relationship with any one of them. Let me give you an analogy. Imagine you have a restaurant, right? There are 10 restaurants in your area. If every day you go to a different restaurant, they will not know you in any of the restaurants because you are just another customer. But if every day that you eat is just one restaurant you are going to, before you know, they will know your name. Before you know, they will know your usual. After a while, they will start, you guys will start greeting. I remember one restaurant I used to go to. Me and the woman became friends. And she started giving me extra meat. I wouldn't even ask. She would just throw in one extra meat for me because why? We are familiar with each other. We are very familiar. And the thing is, in fact, many times she will not give me extra meat, she will not give me extra rice. And I don't actually eat much. So a lot of time what she's giving me is extra work, not extra food. Because I don't like food too much. I just eat to survive. So because of that relationship we built over time, right? That relationship we built, it enabled me to get better offers than somebody that just working. You should do the same thing with your real estate deals. Work with the same people. Now, very important, the people you have to work with must be trusted. There are people that deliver. So if you meet someone that whenever you buy from them, they always deliver, build relationship with them. Do business with them over and over again. What will happen is when they have good deals to come to you, when you want to buy, you can say, I'm an old customer, you will not give me the same price. This particular client, that's the line. He always says, I'm an old customer, you will not give me the price that I give you other people. And to be honest, it makes sense. So even when you are doing real estate, work with that approach. Build relationship. At the end of the day, relationship is value. Relationship is value. Let me tell you, I was with a client recently and he was saying how one property wanted to buy was, the property is too expensive. And then he was explaining how other people, he had that one of his friends got at 40% discount, same property. Why? His friend built a relationship that when the 40% discount one came up, they reached out to him. Even in our company at Flings, we do the same thing. Whenever we have properties that are really affordable, low price, we first call the clients we have relationship with first and say, hey, what's up? Oh? There's something that just came out. This is what it's like. It's like this, is like that. And they get deals that are half the price, 40% off, 50% off, and so on. Because why? That relationship exists. So you have to be very cautious around building such relationship while investing in real estate, because that's where you get the biggest discount, relationship discount. Another way you can get really good deals is you pay cash. By cash, I mean you pay full payment, no payment plan. See, you can get a lot of discounts when you do this. Now, it depends on you. If you do have the cash, then yes, this will work very well. There's a property available. The property is 90 million. Initial deposit 30 million. Most people have the 90 million in their account, but because of they might not be aware that if they pay that 90 million, they can negotiate a better price. They will just say, you know what, instead of dropping this 90 million, let me actually give the payment plan and drop 30 million and be paying small. But if you do have the box sum, you can negotiate. Hey, what's up? Oh, I have the full 90 million. I'm not doing payment plan. I want to buy it for 80 million. Sometimes you might get a yes, no problem. Because yes, so money in hand is very important to whether it's a developer or an individual owner. And this money is one time instead of payment one. So you can entice people with you are paying once or you are paying quick. That's how now me, I use this one very well. That if I pay today, if I tell you I'm going to pay you 50 million today, won't you give me this property? Use that to entice people to give you good deals. Be comfortable with negotiations. Be very comfortable because it will really pay you to find out that the property you bought for 105 million, other people bought it for 100 million. Even that 5 million is something. So you yourself, you have to be very comfortable with negotiating. Very comfortable. I met a lot of people that they don't like. They're very that's it. They're very anxious. They're very careful. They don't want to feel somehow. This is money. Live how you feel. Negotiate. Ask for discount. But if you put it the right way, you have a better chance of getting it. So you are not just going. You don't bring anything to the table. You are just like, give me 10 million discount. Give me 20 million discount. You are not offering the person selling to you anything special. You are just saying, give me discount for no good reason. So you have to make sure you are giving an offer. Another way you can get very good discount is you buy in bulk. So if other people are buying 1 unit, you buy 3. If other people are buying 2, you buy 4. So you see, I'm not like other guys. Other guys are buying 1. This is if someone wants to buy 1 price. Me, I'm buying 3. What can you do for me? Most times you get good offers. Because why? Whoever is selling wants more money. Whoever is selling wants more money. If you go to the market and you're buying, let's say, shoe, you want to buy 1 shoe, there's a price they will give you. When you want to buy 10, you start pushing and say, at this point, you have to give me a wholesale price now. This is wholesale. And if you speak in a friendly manner, you will get that result you're looking for. One thing you should do when you're trying to negotiate is try to get yourself in front of the decision maker, because that would help your chance of getting the best discount possible. Who is your guy? I want to see your guy. If you're talking to a realtor, I want to see your guy. I'm buying 3. Let's talk. Most times they will talk to you. Let's talk. Let me negotiate. If you're buying more than 1 unit, don't pay the normal price. I'm a developer and I'm telling you this. If you're buying more than 1 unit, don't pay the normal price. Ask for more, ask for discount. The truth is, if you are buying from me, will I offer it? No. But if you ask, you might get. And most times I would advise you to ask because it will give you a better price and a better negotiating power. So if you buy more than 1, so the more the better. The more the better. So if you buy, so discount you will get when you're buying 2, you will probably get more when you're buying 3, and even more when you're buying 5. You get a whole lot more discount when you're buying 5. And if you're buying up to 5, you can cut 10 million off the price depending on the cost price per unit. You can get 10 million off depending. So you have to make sure that you are able to get a good deal by buying more. So if you can buy more, buy more. If you can buy more, buy more. And please, with this, don't set too high expectations, right? So if you're going to negotiate, right, you don't think you can get half the price all the time. This is just going to get you good discounts. You might not be able to cut the price into 2 all the time, but there are sometimes you get those kind of offers. The best way you can get this kind of offer where you get half the price is build relationship. So that when offers like that comes up, they'll reach out to you. But with every offer where you're getting half the price, there is always a reason. So nothing just happens. So you need to understand why are you getting that price. For instance, whenever we want to launch a project, before it goes to the open market, we sell to investors. We sell almost half the price sometimes. Like we just finished one where the unit, we're going to launch the project next week. Last month, we sold at discount. The project, when it launches, it's going to sell at 50 million. But we sold at discount at 30 million. Why did we sell at discount? When we are giving people at that discount, We have not yet done our documentation complete. We've not started work on site. There are plenty things that have not yet been done. And the reason we're selling to you at that price is your money we're going to use to do those things. So we use your money and it pays us. Sometimes we do some where we even tell the clients that, see, your money is what we use to go and even buy the land or finish paying for the land. We tell you upfront that, see, pay discounted price. We use the money to go and balance for the land so that the land will be ours for us to do the project. So it's tit for tat. If you find a developer that is trustworthy or a seller that is trustworthy, it can work. And that way you get huge discount, you buy, and you can sell at a high price. There was one we did last year. We sold studio apartments for 15 million to raise money to start the project. I think now we didn't buy the land, so to start the construction. We raised money by this year, January, some of the people sold for 30. But one of them just hit me up. He's selling his own for 35. Something he bought for 15 last year. Something he bought for 15. So you have to understand that if you are going to go into offers like this, there is a catch. There is a catch. I remember that particular project when we first sold to them at 15. It took 3 months before we were able to launch that project. But they understood because they know that we are the early stage investors. We will take our time. We don't mind because we would get the most appreciation from this particular property. We will get the most appreciation. It's very good. This is an extra note. It's very good to have cash. If you want to make very good money on real estate deals, it's very good to have some money that you have now. So whenever a good offer comes up, you can be able to invest. And if you build a relationship and they know that, okay, whenever I call this particular person and I have a really good deal, this person will have money to invest, it will open you up to getting more of those offers when they come up. Because at the end of the day, it's partnership and it's you do for me, I do for you. Another way to get high price, which is something I just explained, is you have to join in early. The earlier, the better. The earlier, the better. There's a project we're currently building in Akoka. That's the Bradford suit. Last year, I think we still sold studio for 30 million last year. Now, a studio apartment is like 40, 45. The people that bought earliest on that project bought the same studio for 20 something. The people that bought earliest bought for 20 something. So the earlier you can join a project, the better. But please, disclaimer, only do this with developers you trust, or sellers you trust, or partners you trust, because off-plan is risky in a lot of cases, because some developers don't deliver. Off-plan is a risky business, and you should understand the risk. Some developers don't deliver. There is one project, so I met with an investor over the week. I was telling me that the one project he invested since middle 2023 is just now they are finishing it. So you have to make sure you are checking track record to say, okay, this particular person I want to do this early investment with, can the person deliver? And one way to check that is go through their Instagram page, if they have Instagram page. If it's Facebook page, they have go to their Facebook page. Check when they first post the project versus when they deliver that project. In fact, the timeline is there online. If you do your due diligence, you will see it. You can just sit down on your own at home. You want to buy a project from this particular developer. Just be scrolling through their Instagram or their Facebook or whatever platform they post. See when they deliver a project. Write the date when they posted that they delivered the project. Okay, they just posted August 2025. Okay, good. Start scrolling. Take note of the name. Okay, this is Wells 1 or this is Buckingham Estate. You write down Buckingham Estate. Start going down. When did they start working on this project? Oh, this is the project here. Okay, they start work so late. Before you know, you get a clear timeline on how fast they delivered. Because this track record is very important. Because you don't want your money to go. You want to make sure you are doing calculated risk. So it's best you check this before you do that. Or better still, work with the ones you already know that have delivered before. But if you are trying somebody out that is new, check history. Now, the ideal timeline for delivery is 1 year. If it's a 3-story building, the ideal timeline is 1 year. 1 year to like 15 months. So a year, 3 months. The ideal timeline from like 5 story up is around 18 months. 18 months max 2 years. If anybody is doing better than that, the person is above average. But the ideal timeline is around 1 year to 15 months for a 3 story building. For a 5 story building, 18 months to 2 years. That's the ideal timeline. But it could be faster. Like for us now, we are always trying to make sure that we deliver faster and faster. The last 3 story building we did, we delivered in 8 months. The current one we're doing now, we're trying to deliver it in 6 months. So that because we know the faster clients can get these properties, the faster they can start making money from it. So we are always pushing for that. But generally, 12 months is the ideal timeline, 12 to 15 months. So you have to look at it from that angle. Another thing that will help you get very good discount. This one is very interesting. Is price distortion. Price distortion. Price distortion is when somebody gives you a price and you call something very, very low. So for instance, they say the property is 100 million. Instead of to say, can I buy for 90? You say, can I buy for 50 million? All of a sudden, everybody's angry. So this one is for people that, you're a professional in this thing. All of a sudden, everybody, you don't want to buy the property. Why are you talking like that? Why would you price it like that? All this kind of thing. Do you know what happens when what happens next? They'll give you the best price. And I say the last we can do is 80 million. Interesting. Initially, you probably would have negotiated for 85, but now you know they can go down to 80. Please be careful, don't price too much. There's a level of discount that they will give you on the property, you should be afraid. So if your property is 100 million and they give you for 70, please ask questions or ask questions. Maybe they are not going to deliver it. They are not going, or something else is going on, because the price is very important to give quality perspective. But you can use this price distortion to just see how low the price can get. It's a very good strategy to see how low the price. I think it's not just for real estate. Any other thing you want to buy, use price distortion. Use price. So you want to buy something in the market, they're like, it's 100K. Tell them that you want to pay 20K. See what happens. If the price is real, they'll give you what the best price is. I've done this before, and let's say something of 100K, I'll end up buying it like 40K. And I'll be like, wow, I didn't even know it could go down low. So price distortion is a very good negotiation tactics to help you get the best price.